Hi everybody, my name is Russell Jude and I head up the FDP program on behalf of Edge Designations. First and foremost, let me just introduce our company to you. Company name is Edge Designations, and we offer a prep material for the CFA, FRM, KIA, and now very excitedly from the 1st of April 2023 we will be adding the FDP to our suite of products. Just for those that are interested, do take a look at our website, and from the 1st of April 2023 you'll notice FDP will be coming up there as well. What I want to do in this video really is twofold. First and foremost, I want to introduce the FDP program to you, and I'm doing so really from the point of view of the FDP themselves, not that I'm talking on their behalf of course, but just what the FDP program is, what it can do for you, etc., etc. And number two, okay, a little bit from our point of view, Edge Designations as a prep provider, what we can do for you. And this will be the first video of two. The second video, okay, that we aim to produce, which is going to be called FDP Revision and Exam Program. That particular video, okay, will take you through a much more detailed look at the FDP exam in greater detail, its composition, okay, and some strategies as well for passing the FDP exam. Okay, so basically we're going to split this video down into two: the FDP itself, looking at it from an edge point of view, and we will record a new video called FDP Revision Exam Program detailing the actual exam, its composition in more detail. We'll have a brief look at it here in this video, but a much greater look in the second video, as well as some strategies as well involved surrounding the FDP. Okay, let's get going straight away, no time like the present. We start off over here, okay, and we see over here the FDP program. A lot of candidates always ask us, how long do you need to study for the exam? Well, the general answer given by candidates is approximately 250 hours, but again, that's going to depend on what kind of a background you enter into the program with. Of course, FDP is very heavily weighted. It's a data science designation, adding in the investment and business components to it as well. So if you've got experience in any of those areas, that time might be brought down quite significantly. Okay, just at the onset, okay, how to become an FDP charter holder. Okay, first and foremost, just to remember, because obviously I'm sure a lot of guys are coming on into the program or looking at the program and have perhaps got other designations as well, CFA, FRM, etc. And if we just have a quick peek over here at some of the other designations, CFA, 3 levels, FRM, we call them 2 parts or 2 levels, KIA, 2 levels, FDP, just the 1 level for now. Okay, who knows what will change in the future. It's a good time to get involved, okay, because there is so much to handle within the FDP and data science, etc. Who knows if it will remain a 1 level designation, but at the moment FDP is only 1 level. Okay, so how do you become a charter holder? Number one, first and foremost, you pass the FDP exam. We'll talk a little bit about what's in that exam at a later point in time. Okay, you also need to submit your certificates of completion for your online classes. Now, in order to pass the FDP exam and to become a charter holder, okay, you need to do 2 external courses. It can either be R, or it could be Python. You make your choices. 2 courses, one of them being a basic course, one being an intermediate course. You do it with an external provider, someone like a Data Quest or something like that. You get your certificate of completion, and you bring that on board to become an FDP charter holder. Remember, these 2 little courses that you need to do can be done either before, okay, you write your FDP exam, or after. But just remember, you cannot become an FDP charter holder until you do those exams. And then, of course, you sign the FDP Code of Ethics along with 2 professional references. So, but essentially, to become an FDP charter holder, number one, you need to pass the FDP exam, and you need to do 2 little courses assigned to that as well. Okay, and now I'm sure a lot of people are asking, let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, we can see it nice and clear. Okay, in terms of what's in FDP, let's have a quick look over here. We refer to these as our topic weights. Okay, and as with all the other designations, what you'll notice is there's a weight range for that, an exam weight. Okay, but it works within a range. Okay, topic 1, introduction to data science. Okay, 5 to 12%. Linear and logistic regression, SVM, support vector machines, regularization, we'll look at L1, L2 over there. Time series is in there as well. So you can see topic 2 is very much a regression topic, and that gets a little bit more weighting, 10 to 15%. Topic 3, you can see we're getting deeper and deeper into data science, and I suppose those that are involved in data science or machine learning in some form or another, these topics should be quite familiar to you. Topic 3, decision tree, supervised segmentation, and ensemble methods. And there you can see that's your second topic, okay, of 3 that carries a little bit of a higher weighting, a 10 to 15% exam weighting. Okay, the balance, and if we look at the composition, topic number 1, okay, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 all carry with them a 5 to 12% exam weighting. So topic 4, classification, clustering and naive Bayes. Topic 5, neural networks and reinforcement learning. You can see we're getting quite deep into machine learning at this point. Topic 6, performance evaluation, backtesting and false discoveries. Okay, 5 to 12% again. Topic 7, text mining. Again, you can see we're now going into the other aspects of machine learning, going deep into the text side, more so than just the number side. Topic 8, as any good designation will tell you, you do need an ethical topic as well. So we've got one over here, topic 8, ethical and privacy issues. And we conclude with a big one, okay, and obviously this is the intent of FDP, is the actual applications of machine learning, data processing, call it what you wish, towards the fintech environment. And that topic 9 is the big one, and obviously a lot of topic 9 I'm going to take you through now where all the material comes from, but a lot of topic 9 material is going to come from journals, writings and all that kind of stuff that's quite current, and those are obviously where we can expect changes to occur consistently in that particular topic 9, because that's where all the current stuff happens. Okay, we look over here, over the page over here onto page number 2, and here we give you your material. So first and foremost, okay, for those, and I don't mean this as a slant to FDP in any respect, okay, but FDP is a new designation, and as such it doesn't quite have the same availability of material as would, for example, a CFA have. Okay, what FDP does is they give you a study guide. The study guide will say to you, these are your learning outcomes that you've got to take out with you from the particular section, and these are where you will find the material. So let's have a look. Where will we find the material? There are 3 textbooks that needs to be purchased, downloaded. We won't say too much more than that. Okay, number 1 is Data Science for Business, which is a classic and a most lovely textbook. They're all lovely textbooks, but this particular one, Data Science for Business by Provost and Fawcett, what a fantastic textbook. Okay, and in terms of that particular textbook, okay, you need to go through I don't know how we'll just call it most. Okay, most of the textbook needs to be gone through, if memory serves. Okay, it's chapters all the way, chapter 1 through till chapter 10. So there are 14 chapters, I think. So it's most of that book, Data Science for Business. You're looking around about 300 pages over there. I'm just trying to give you a sense of what's involved over here. Okay, I'm going to skip 2. I'll get back to it, no disrespect meant, but book number 2 again, sorry, book number 3, Machine Learning in Business. You need to do the entire book. That's a book by John Hull. I don't need to say more about John Hull. I mean, if anyone has been anywhere at all within the investment space, be it CFA, FRM, you've come across John Hull and his fantastic, incredible writings. He does not need an approbation from me. I can tell you that he's done as good work in machine learning in business. It's a lovely textbook to read, I must tell you, and I'm quite glad that we have to do the whole textbook. I think it's chapters 1 through 11, but what an exciting read that one is. The third textbook is interesting. We don't use it that widely. It's an introduction to statistical learning. This one is available free via download, okay? And we use about 3.5 chapters out of it. So not huge, not massive, round about 3.5, but again, it's a lovely textbook. We take out the regression chapters from there, logistic regression. We do a bit of naive Bayes from there as well. Really, it's a lovely textbook. But if you had to say in terms of the textbooks, there are 3 textbooks. We put them over there, number 1, 2, and 3. We use all of Provost. Now, I'm just going to try and give a bit of a guidance over here. When I say we use the whole of Provost, it's about approximately 300 pages. Hull is about 300 pages, probably about 150 pages we take out of an intro to statistical learning. Please don't hold me to these numbers. They're more or less accurate. Not exactly, but more or less accurate. Okay. Then what we have, I'm going to go down over here, is what we call our additional readings. There are 15 of them altogether. And what makes up the additional readings? I put them in color coding. By the way, everyone said to me, why do you color code? What's the significance of the color coding up here? Well, the cover of Provost is white. The cover of John Hull's book is green. Okay. And there was a bit of yellow involved in Intro to Statistical Learning. So there we go. Okay, why is there blue and orange down here? I have no idea. I just like those 2 colors. There we go. We've got additional readings 1 through 9 and then additional readings 1 through 6. Additional readings 1 through 9 are available on the FDP website. So and only once you register, of course, they're not freely available. I'm sure you can find them somewhere on the net. But they are available on the FDP website for downloading once you have registered for the program. FDP then also gives you a set of 6 articles that are published in the other PMR journals, and that's directly from Kai and FDP. Those 6 readings, those are I put there in orange for you over there. Okay, and you can see every time we reference those, it goes to the Journal of Financial Data Science, the Journal of Data. Okay, that's the source for that. And that's going to set you back about $100 to purchase that from FDP. Okay, the first 9, of course, are free on the website. But these readings, these additional readings, and that's predominantly, not only, but predominantly, if I just take us back a page, that's predominantly where you're going to find this extra 25 to 40% in. But not only, because you will find it in other sections as well, but it mainly finds its way over there into topic 9, fintech applications. Okay. And yeah, those they do get a little bit technical at times, the reading of some of these journals, etc. But definitely examinable. I always get asked by candidates, that's why I try and do it as well, is how many pages, how much work is there involved? Well, it's difficult to say, but I mean, if you're going to work approximately 20 odd pages, okay, per reading, because remember, in these journals and that, there's a lot of stuff that you don't really have to do. There's sources and attributions and things like that. But if you look over here, there are 15 altogether, okay, 9 readings from the website and additional 6 from the journals. And if you take 15 by about 20 odd pages, another 300 odd pages altogether. So work on round about, okay, 1,000 odd pages worth of material approximately for the FDP syllabus. Okay, some easier reading than others, but some of it quite technical and quite difficult. And yeah, there we go. So when looking at how much time to set aside for FDP, okay, work anywhere between 200-300 hours should be sufficient. Okay. Over the page, we go on to page number 3. What are some of the study tools that are provided for by FDP themselves? They give you a fantastic question bank. It's about 110 questions approximately. They give you a sample exam. We're going to talk about what I've specifically been a little bit vague about that up until now. but we will talk a little bit more about what is in this sample exam. Sorry, what's in the final exam, okay? And then they give you a study guide as well. Now, in terms of the study guide, it's a fantastic resource, okay? So I hope I haven't sold them short. I'm talking more about the actual resources for the exam, but of course there is also what we call the FDP handbook. I'll talk about that one in a second. Okay, but in terms of the practice questions, there's about 110 questions, multiple choice questions, then around about 8 what we call constructed response questions. I'll talk about those in a second. The exam is a full exam again. I'll tell you what's in that exam in a second. Study guide gives you all the learning objectives. Okay, so, and it's a vital tool, okay, in that, as we said previously, if you're just working through textbook after textbook, okay, you're not really sure what you need to take out from each learning the learning outcomes that you need to. Do you need to know this particular section well? Do you need to know the calculation for that, etc., etc.? So what we do is we look in the study guide. It's a resource provided at no charge by FDP for all the learning outcomes that are required, and it's done in a very easy to read manner. The FDP handbook is your lifeline, okay? That's the handbook that tells you exactly how everything works within an FDP context, when to register, how to register, when the exam is, what you can bring into the exam with you, what you can't, how to write, how not. It's a fantastic resource, again, freely downloadable from the FDP website. Okay, now I'm sure the part that everybody has been waiting for. Let's have a quick look at what we can expect over here in the FDP exam itself. Okay, the FDP exam is a 4-hour exam, but it's not really a 4-hour exam. Okay, and the reason it's not really a 4-hour exam because there is a little bit of time for a break in between and other little breaks. Number one, you start off and you sign the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement. Okay, remember, just like any of the other designations, once you have written the FDP exam, you cannot talk about it to your friends, you cannot disclose it, you can't say anything about it. I once had, and I'm not going to tell you which designation it was from, it will give away a little bit. I had one candidate that finished writing their exam around about midday, okay, and later on that evening, about 8 hours later, I received the longest WhatsApp message I've ever received in my life, okay. This guy's obviously got a fantastic guy or girl has got a fantastic memory, but sent me the whole exam, okay. What they remembered was in it. Okay, I took one look at my word and then I knew what it was. I deleted it off my phone and I just sent them a message that they must have forgotten to read that section of the ethics section. Completely illegal, completely not allowed to do it. Delete everything that you've ever, if you've sent it to anybody else, please delete, tell them to delete and forget that this event happened. Completely illegal. Okay, so same thing with FDP as well. We cannot do that, of course, but you'll sign on that. 10 minutes worth of exam instructions. Okay, we haven't yet, I'm aware, we haven't yet told you where and how you're going to write, okay, but of course being the FDP exam, you can well be aware that the exam is computer-based testing, not paper-based testing. You don't get a pen and paper, okay, all done on the computer, like all of the other designations are done as well. The first part of your exam is 80 multiple choice questions for which you've got 135 minutes to do that in. Okay, so there we go, and that's the first part of your paper. Okay, you've got 135 minutes to do 80 multiple choice questions, and everybody says, is that a lot? Well, it's not bad. It's not a bad amount of time to be able to do that many questions. It's around about, I think, 80 seconds or something like that, okay, or just over a minute, something like that. Okay, but I suppose let's just do the maths quickly just to make sure we've got the exact answer to that. Okay, and you've got 135 minutes to do 80 MCQs. The best. This is the easiest maths that you'll get in your FDP paper. That's 100. Am I reading that right? 1.68, I suppose, minutes. Okay. Which is 101 seconds. Okay, there we go. So 101 seconds per question. Okay, consider yourself relatively fortunate because CFA give you 90 seconds, Kaya give you 72 seconds, FDP gives you 101 seconds. Okay, per question, is that quick? Yes, that's quick. Okay, you got to move. This first part of the paper, you got to move. And that's actual writing time. Of course, you finish that up, you send your exam in via computer. And what I mean by that is you click the button that says you are now finished, and then you take a 30-minute break and you return for part number 2. Part number 2 is a constructed response paper. Constructed response, and that makes up 25% of the marks. You'll notice it's not proportional. Much more weight is then given to the MCQ part. Okay, and then you do your constructed response paper, 2 to 4 questions. It's normally around about 3 questions, by the way. 65 minutes, making up 25% of the total mark. Okay, and that's what your exam looks like. So if you want to break down what's the actual exam in terms of actual writing that, there's 80 multiple choice questions. Okay, that's we call that part number 1. 101 seconds per MCQ, relatively quick. And then you come back after a 20-minute break and you write your constructed response section in 65 minutes, just over an hour, 65 minutes. 2 exam windows. You can write FDP twice a year, April and October. Exam window is first exam window of the year being April this year. It is the 10th to the 24th of April. Second exam window is 9th till the 23rd of October. Okay, there we go. Now, the big question that everybody wants to know, where can you write? Option number one is you can write at a Prometric testing center. Prometric testing center, just go through the FDP website. Do have a look over there, fdp.org, I think. Do take a look over there, and it'll tell you if there is an exam center near you. What does a Prometric testing center do for you? Well, you go into the exam center. These guys are highly professional at what they do. They'll give you a chair, a computer, okay, a keyboard, a mouse. Everything's waiting there for you. They'll do the check-in procedure with you, the check-out procedure with you. It's a lovely air-conditioned room. It's quiet, and you can go there and write your exam without much worry. Okay. A lot of people choose that if you are close enough and if there is a Prometric testing center near you. Option number 2, and both Kaya and FDP are the pioneers of this particular technology, not the technology, but the examining way of doing it, is through a remote proctoring testing, RPT. Okay, what remote proctoring testing is, you can write your exam in the comfort of your home, okay, on your own computer, the comfort of your keyboard, your mouse, your computer, etc. Okay, you can write your exam that way. So the obvious choice is, why doesn't everybody choose that? Doesn't that sound fantastic? You can write at home. Remember, writing at home comes with certain challenges. Okay, number 1 is, I suppose, a bit of noise from the neighbors, and a bit of noise from your own family, perhaps, dogs, cats, and whatever else you may have. In addition to that, this is again not meant as a disrespect to any of the of Kaya or FDP, but I'm talking more from the Kaya point of view. Candidates have experienced more difficulty writing what we call remote proctoring than writing at a test center. Some of the reasons for this is, remember, now to be able to write at home, you've got to clear out your room almost completely. There can't be a book there, there can't be anything there, because remember, if anything is there, they think that perhaps something is going wrong, so perhaps somebody was not doing what they should. You've got to put the cameras on you. If memory serves, there's 1 or 2 cameras that are focused on you all the time. There is an external proctor who's watching you all the time, giving you comments, telling you, please don't do this, please don't do that. Some people find that annoying. Okay, I recently had one case of, and I'm bringing this as an isolated case, not as any kind of disrespect to any parties, but a girl wrote out of Abu Dhabi, and she phoned me after her exam to tell me that the examiner said to her, she's cheating. She said, she's not cheating. She said, why do you think I'm cheating? She said to the online proctor, he says, you keep moving your lips. She said, well, that's how I read my exam. He said, no, that you're talking to someone behind that we can't see. If you continue to move your lips, we are going to cancel your exam. And by the way, they can cancel your exam with a push of a button. Okay, I had another candidate that phoned me that said they just cancelled it. He was 4 questions from finishing his paper. Okay. Anyway, she continued to do the exam without moving her lips because she was warned not to move her lips. and she failed because that's not how she was comfortable writing. So it does present itself with a bit of a challenge, this online proctoring. Sometimes the screen freezes. Remember, you've also got to make sure that you've got sufficient bandwidth, etc., to be able to do all of this. Of course, guys, a Prometric Testing Center, which is option number one, has done this all before. They are professionals at it. So and this is my own personal view, is if you have the choice, I would go with option one, to write at a Prometric Testing Center. It's far more professional than writing it at home, number one. Number two, you get the exam experience. You're in an exam center. It's a fantastic way to write. I just do prefer it that way. But of course, each person to themselves, they'll make the choices. Exam results, and we'll conclude this video with this, okay, is just like with Kaya, the pass mark is not advertised. What's a pass mark? They're not going to tell you. But if you get 70%, you're guaranteed to pass. Okay, but the pass mark may in fact be a bit lower. And exam results are available 5 weeks after the exam window closes. So if we look over here, 24th of April, when the exam window closes, you can probably expect your results close towards the end of May, around about 5 weeks. There we go. Okay. Hopefully I've given you a little bit of information in this particular video about what the actual the FDP program is and what it isn't. Okay, if you do take a look, I'll just take you back to the front over here. Here is some more details if you would like. Our website address is www.edgedesignations.com. That's all one word. I'm just going to give you my email address as well, those that might wish to just to reach out with questions, queries, and concerns. It's russellj@ebs.co.za. With pleasure. If you've got any queries, concerns, you're more than welcome just to pop them across to me. What I'm going to do, as mentioned in the beginning of this particular video, we are going to produce a second video called Revision and Exam Program, where I'm going to take you through the last 2 points. Number one is what the FDP exam will look like in detail, with a bit of strategy surrounding the multiple choice and constructed response sections. In addition, what the EDGE program will do for you. I haven't mentioned much over here, but I will mention in the second video what you can expect from EDGE. And of course, our FDP website will go live from the 1st of April 2023. Hope to see you all there soon.